Men and women, what are your deal breakers in relationships?
Lack of communication, like, literally going without it for days.
Not being aware of your flaws and denying them instead of working on them.
Anger issues, I mean reserving to rage and anger to solve issues or express emotions.
Wants to talk, doesn't want to listen. Lying. It is unacceptable in a mature relationship.
Different views on whether you want children or not.
If they abuse drugs, that's a no-go. Immaturity, in a lot of ways. Examples: someone who throws a tantrum, calls you names, gets violent when upset. Someone who tries to fight with you in front of friends or family. Someone who refuses to communicate effectively or at all. Someone who isn't reciprocal in the bedroom. Someone who is willfully closed-minded. I could go on.
Awful mother-in-laws. I'm not here to spend the rest of my life related to some unhinged middle-aged woman who wants to dictate any part of my relationship or my children's lives. I've read too many horror stories.
I've dumped a few women for being horrible gossips. Besides infidelity and/or being a complete douche, watching your date get together with other cackling hens and talking shit about someone is a major turn-off for me.
Lying and double standards. Lying is self-explanatory, but when you set the bar or rules, then don't abide by them yourself. For relationships and life in general, double standard is a major deal-breaker for me.
If people show they don't have a kind heart deep down, you can have ambition, be self-reliant, and tough when needed. But I can't stand people who doesn't deep down have a good and kind heart. Some people have been hurt a lot and lash out at the world sometimes or make mistakes, but you can tell when someone is just an arrogant asshole, and then I'm out of there.
Outside of the obvious ones like lying, cheating, being disrespectful or shit-having communication, I draw the line at Velcro wallets.
Different lifestyles and values. Lack of self-awareness or will to grow. Unable to be wrong. Talking shit about exes and how it was all their fault. Self-centered and only talks about themselves. Had an ex that would turn every conversation into something about her.
Lack of open and direct communication. Lying. Cheating. When your partner makes you feel alone even though you are in a relationship with them.
No communication about big topics.
I hate to say this, because I love people who love, but if a man's mother is number one all the time, you are not going to have a good time. If they're rude to everyone but you, it is only a matter of time until it is your turn. If they offer to help you move in, then leave you to do the heavy lifting alone to hang out with a friend, you will probably never rise in the priority rankings. If they do stupid little things to humiliate you every chance they get, the goal is your humiliation. You will never be able to fix all your problems. Your problems aren't actually the problem.
Different values and morals. Nearing 50 and a handful of long-term relationships, I have noticed I can't handle drama anymore. If you have a flair of being overly dramatic and need constant reassuring of our undying love as well an addiction to rollercoaster emotions, then so long and thank you for the fish. Racism. Sad that I have to say this in this day and age, but unfortunately living on the prairies, it is still open and acceptable. I let guys know immediately that it's a deal breaker for me. Not being willing to work on their problems.
Chewing with your mouth open. Disgusting. I hope all you open mouth eaters have a terrible day.
Pushing constantly for sexual acts that the other party clearly states they don't want to do.
I refuse to date anyone who breaks up with me and then stops responding to my texts. That's just where I put my foot down.
Having no respect for my friends and for my hobbies. Also not being mature enough to use and give private time.
Spending too much time on and not showing me the funny stuff.
Not taking care of your body, also having the intelligence of a 10-year-old. I've dated several girls who were dumb as dirt. You have no idea how annoying it is. Some people would say, oh, that's the greatest thing, cause then you can teach them a lot of stuff. No, a lot of people are stupid and they like being stupid. I've dated several girls who were just happy being on social media and that was their thing, and I'm like, I'm just going to release you back into the wild. Any kind of abuse, cheating, serious socio-psychopathic crime. Smoking is a deal breaker for me.
Lying and or cheating at all.
Using me as an ATM machine.
Lying, cruelty to animals or the disabled. Mean, infidelity.
Denying science and pushing religion.
Bad attitude, she has to eat or I will be hangry BS. Not wiping their butt properly, skid marks in boxers.
Me, I am a walking deal breaker.
If her dick is bigger than mine.
I'm sorry, I know this isn't serious, but if they are a dry texter. Addicts who aren't in recovery. You're just enabling addiction otherwise.
If she put ketchup on her steak.
Religion. Respect my choices and don't push your religion onto me. Toxic relationship with their baby mama.
Cheaters. There's no such thing as second chances when it comes to that.
Bad hygiene, no routines, bad habits.
Controlling and drama. I'm 50F and can't stand both. I would never control or dictate to anyone at my age how to do shit. We can communicate, talk about stuff, but my way or the highway crap is terrible and drama is gross. Gossip drama like you're 14 is exhausting. Oh oops, and drinking way too much is way bad.
1. Have respect for yourself and others. 2. Know your own value. So many people need social media to reinforce their worth. I don't understand the need to post selfies or their meals on a regular basis. 3. Live in your moments. Forget about what you could be doing or what others are. 4. Have respect for yourself and others. This is really key. This will truly show you what kind of person they really are. So many, mostly from my most recent relationship. Hoarding. I can tolerate a smidge of clutter, but do you really need to keep a McDonald's receipt from 15 years ago? Lying. Enough said. Poor hygiene. Wash your stank ass and brush your teeth. Double standards. Poor communication. I'm not a damn mind reader. Habitual laziness.
Hitting from either partner. A slap, a punch. Anything that is done in anger without consent and it's immediately over. I don't care what the provocation was. If they swore at you, called you a name, cheated. Keep your fucking hands to yourself.
Nothing against military members, but I could never date one. Cause so much could happen in the future and IDK what would happen between us, like paranoia about war and losing someone I love. What that'll do to me, or my partner, not something I want to think about.